All right, we're going to do a very fun storytelling exercise called Story Without the Letter. And what's going to happen is Fred and I are going to tell a story, but we're going to have one letter of the alphabet we are not allowed to use in any word. That letter can't be at the beginning, the middle, or end of the word.
What do you suggest for people listening as to the selection of which letter they use? Should it be one that's commonly used? Is it infrequent? Which one?
Yeah, it should be a commonly used letter, but one that is not so common as to be impossible. So no vowels. Those are impossible.
Okay.
We're going to use the letter S because it's very common. You may think that this game would be better if you use a less frequent letter like X or Q, but that defeats the purpose because you don't get to play the game.
Right.
And so let's say Fred starts. I'll start telling the story.
Okay. And again, it's S we're avoiding.
Where there's no S's. Now, if I use a word that has the letter S, or if I hesitate too long or use bad grammar, Fred will ring the bell, pass me the bell, then he'll pick up the story where I left off, again, not using S's, and when he does, I ring, and we switch back and forth like that. So, here we go. Once upon a time, there lived a girl who happened to reside
in Alaska.
In Maine. And she had...
And because...
And her goal in life happened to be to get accepted into the college of her choice.
Oh, no, go.
Choice. Harvard. Harvard had been her dream when
because... Oh, man.
Her dad went to Harvard, and in order to make him proud, our hero, Jill, felt that would be a good way to get him to love her, for he did not now.
That's great.
Jill applied to Harvard, but she got... Oh, she...
Was...
Alright, now that's...
You think we set this up. But,
no, that's...
But this is a game, by the way, that Avish has played a lot, and a lot more than I have. This is one of those, I never played a whole lot when I was doing improv. So it really is something that with practice, you do start to get better at making those selections.
Mm-hmm. And what
Clearly.
this... Yeah, but even, you see, I've played this game for years and played it many, many times on stage in rehearsal, and still messing it up quite a bit.
And the biggest problem is that people tend to slow down a lot to make sure that they leave the word out, but the key is to do it right and to get the most out of it. And what are we getting out of doing this game, by the way?
Oh boy, well number one is what you're saying. I use this to teach people, number one, that it's better to try your best and fail than to really be too hesitant. Because the audience in improv comedy will forgive you. You know, I've seen people play this game and they play it so safe, the audience gets uncomfortable.
Right, and it's going like this. I would think Jill may start up, you know.
Yeah, now imagine watching a whole scene like that. It's awful. Your goal is to sound as close to normal English as possible. And if you mess it up, that's okay. Life goes on. Now, from a creative standpoint, the people who do this, the people who have the biggest trouble with this game is they have a fixed idea. And what they do is when they realize they're going to say the letter, they try to come up with other words that'll let them...
Synonyms.
Yeah, synonyms without that letter to stay on the same idea. The people who do this best go this way with a fixed idea, but once they see a word coming, they're willing to throw any word in there and then go in a new direction.
Right.
Which is really the key to improv and going with the flow, is really changing direction and making the best of it.
Great.